The universe is collapsing, but soon a new universe will be born. Your goal is to be the one race left alive to experience that new universe, and the only way to do that is to acquire the Oracle. Oracle is a 2 to 6 player game that can be played in 30 to 60 minutes. In a game of Oracle, you take on the role of an alien race, searching for the interstellar Oracle. Once the Oracle has been found, the universe becomes unstable, and one by one, planets start disappearing. Whoever holds the Oracle when the final planet disappears is the winner. Hi, my name is Kevin Grote with Old Man Games, and this is your preview of Oracle. So first let's talk about the game and how it's played. Essentially, you'll start with 5 planets in front of you. The 3 closer to you are outer planets, and the 2 closer to the center of the table are the inner planets. So the first half of the game is basically just searching the inner planets, trying to find the Oracle. So the way that you do that is by overcoming hazards. The inner planets will have hazards on them that will cause you to do things like lose a turn or discard any long-range weapon. Once you've made it to that planet and overcome the hazard, then you can search the card underneath it. One of the inner planets in front of all of the players will have the Oracle underneath it. And once the Oracle has been found by a player, that's kind of when the game changes. But let's talk about that first half of the game a little bit more. You'll move about planets that are adjacent to you, and after searching them, there will be one card underneath them that will be various cards such as weapons or defenses, or the inner planets, which hold special cards, and one of those will be the Oracle. On your turn, there are a number of different things that you can do. And you can do each thing once, but you can never do the same action twice. So the different actions that you can take are moving to an adjacent planet, or if you are in an inner planet, you can move to the center of the table, which is the nebula. And the nebula is connected to all the other kind of planetary systems, and the nebula is touching all the inner planets, basically. So you can move from your inner planet to the nebula, and then on a following turn, you can move from the nebula to an inner planet elsewhere. And you can also search under a planet, and so if you moved on your turn, you can either search before you move, or you can move and then search. The order in which you do things does not matter. Another thing that you can do is you can discard 2 or more cards, and when you do that, you can replenish your hand. Something else you can do is overcome a hazard on one of the inner planets, or you can go and, if you are entering into a space, or if you're already in a space, a planet with another player, you can initiate combat with them. And you can do all of those things once, but only once. However, you can do each of those things in a single turn, so your turn could consist of something simple like just moving once, or it could consist of doing all of those things. But as the game progresses, eventually someone will find the Oracle, and at that point, at the end of every player's turn, a planet will disappear. And so you start with the highest numbered planet, which would be 30, and you're working your way down to planet 1. So once the Oracle has been found, in other words, there are 30 turns left in the game. So that's kind of when the game changes, because you'll find that whoever has the Oracle, they're going to, for the most part, just try to run away and hold on to it. They can kind of try to build up a lot of weapons or defenses to fight all the other players that are going to be coming for the Oracle. Because at the end of the game, when there's only one planet left, at the end of that last turn, when that planet number 1 disappears, whoever has the Oracle is declared the winner. And so everybody wants the Oracle. And that's really when the game gets interesting, because instead of just searching and trying to find the Oracle, you're just going straight for it. And if you don't have any weapons at that point, generally you're going to be trying to search every planet that you go past on the way so that you can build up some weapons to hopefully defeat whoever has the Oracle. One thing that's nice about this game is that if you are defeated in combat, there's no player elimination. Basically, You take your hand of cards, you give them to the player that defeated you. They can look through them, keep what they want. But then you respawn in the center of the board and you draw a new hand of cards and you keep going. And so if you maybe had a hand full of cards that wasn't that useful, losing in combat might actually be a good thing, because you draw a whole new hand of cards and you might go, oh wow, I got a bunch of great weapons now. And so then you're a little bit more equipped to hunt down the person who has the Oracle, who maybe just defeated you in combat. And you also know what cards they used to defeat you, and so you have a little bit of an advantage because you know what they might use, and they don't know what you just drew. So losing a battle in this game is not necessarily a bad thing. I think this game really shines with a higher player count. I would say that one thing it does really well is create tension in the final turns of the game. With only 2 players, you don't have nearly as much tension, because during those final few turns, when there's only a few planets left and they're disappearing at the end of every turn, when the board is filled with people, they're going to get squished together and battle is inevitable. When there's only 2 people, you can almost avoid combat for the entire game until the final few turns. So I would say that the chaos that comes with a larger player count is definitely an area where the game really does perform better. Something that's actually a little interesting about it is there are a couple cards that will allow you to win the game in an alternate way. So you have the Time Machine and the Galactic Codex. If you have both of these and the Oracle, then you just win automatically. And my wife and I played a game where I had the Time Machine, she had the Galactic Codex and the Oracle, and we got into a battle. And even though there were still 22 or 23 planets left, that battle essentially was going to be the final battle of the game, because whoever won got the missing piece to, winning the alternate way. And so what we thought was going to be, once the Oracle was found, what we thought was going to be 30 more turns turned into only about 6 or 7 more turns. And so that can speed up the game, although I definitely think that fighting till the final planet disappears really gives the game a much more satisfying end. Another con is that at lower player counts, there are still 30 planets out on the board, and 12 of those are inner planets that could potentially have the Oracle. So sometimes you'll have a game where you spend 20 minutes just moving all over the place, just trying to find the Oracle. And I feel that the game really shines in the second half once the Oracle has been found. Just searching doesn't feel as satisfying. And so with larger player counts, when there's much more happening all over, you have someone who's searching inner planets over here, or someone who's searching inner planets over here, and you're working on the ones in front of you, and it just, you tend to find the Oracle much faster because you don't have to move your guy to all these different, planets all over. So the game really does shine at a higher player count because the Oracle is found faster, and it definitely creates more tension at the end of the game. I would say that overall, it's a solid game. I think there are a few things that could be improved, but overall, it provides a gaming experience that doesn't have too many rules. It's fairly simple to teach to someone who's not a hardcore gamer, and I think that there's something in here that a lot of people could enjoy, whether you're new to the hobby or whether you've been in it for a while. And I think that the Oracle causing planets to disappear one by one after every single turn just really does something unique that I've never seen in a game before. It's both a countdown timer, and it also, because if you're on a planet when it disappears, it pushes you to an adjacent planet. So that means that inevitably everyone is going to come together at the end, and I think it forces a final resolution that I've never seen in any other game. And I thought that was very cool. And so, thank you so much for watching. This has been your preview for Oracle. If you like what you saw, feel free to back it on Kickstarter, and we'll see you guys in the next one.